Hey y'all, this is your girl Tashima and I am back with another video. So today I am showing you how I got these cute knotless box braids on my daughter. So if you want to see how I got this cute style, just keep watching. So here I've already washed and blow dried my daughter's hair, and I am going to section it off each braid before I start braiding. This is to ensure that the braids actually sit or fall how I want them to, um, kind of staggered and not one right on top of the other, if that makes sense. This is like the second time I've braided my daughter's hair and added extra hair, and I think for somebody who learned from YouTube University, I do pretty good. So I'm just making sure each part is clean and straight. I know some people like to take the shining gem and go in between the parts and do all the extra stuff. You really don't have to if you part it right the first time. So I've already sectioned out the hair that I'm going to be using. So I think I use 5 or 6 strands for each braid. And these are, I guess, jumbo knotless. So here I'm just showing you that the parts are straight, or straight as I can get them. So I'm going in with the shining gem and I'm just putting that at the root of her hair. And this is just to smooth out her natural hair before I start adding in the extension hair or the braiding hair. So I'm just going to comb through that just to make sure everything is straight and make sure all the knots and tangles are out of her hair before I start braiding. That just makes everything a lot easier. So I'm going to separate her natural hair into 3 strands, and I'm going to start by braiding her natural hair. I think I braid down 2 or 3 times and then I start adding in the braiding hair. So I just loop the braiding hair around my pointer finger, as you can see there. Each time my pointer finger is on the outside, I take that extra hair, loop it around, and start that braid again. Braid it once, loop that hair, and keep going until I've added all the strands of hair until the braid is at the correct thickness. I think this is really beginner friendly because I am a beginner at doing knotless braids and feed in braids, and they turned out super cute. My daughter loves them. So here I'm just making sure that her natural hair is tucked behind that braiding hair. I'm taking that shining gem, I'm just going in and adding that extra gem to the ends, making sure her hair is smooth and straight. And I'm going to continue down that braid, just adding that gem, combing through it just to make sure there's no knots and tangles and everything is straight, and making sure that her natural hair is tucked behind that braiding hair as best as I can. Yeah, I promise you, I'm not tucking her hair like this. She is extra dramatic. So I'm showing you again where I just separate her natural hair into 3 strands and start by braiding her natural hair first, and then feeding in that braiding hair. So it's pretty simple once you get the hang of it. I am right-handed, so I use my right hand predominantly. So once my right hand, that index finger is through, I am looping that braiding hair on that index finger. So here I'm showing you where I messed up because, like I said, I am a beginner. So I took out those last 2 strands that I added, went back and made sure that braid was secure, and then went back and started feeding in that hair again. And this is just to ensure that the braid isn't twisted or lumpy or anything. If you mess up, it's okay to go back and start over. Just take your time and do it right. So total, I think it took me about 5 hours to do this style, and that was because again, I am a beginner at this, so I did mess up and had to start over because I didn't want her braids to look lumpy. This is actually the next day. We had a storm and our power went out, and we just decided to just start back the next morning before church. So I'm taking that natural hair again, starting off the braid and just feeding in that braiding hair. I was trying to give y'all different angles so that you can see a little bit better. This is my first like hair tutorial, so I think it turned out pretty good. So one important thing is just to make sure that once you start off that braid with the natural hair, just make sure it is tight and you're holding that hair securely, and make sure that you're tucking the natural hair behind that braiding hair so that you can't see it. If you leave the natural hair out and just braid, then eventually that natural hair is going to start showing through that braid, if that makes sense. So here I kind of slow the video down so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. So I am taking the natural hair and breaking it into 3 sections. And this is after I've added the shining gem already. I'm going to start that braid with her natural hair. So that's once, and then twice, and then I'm going to start feeding in that braiding hair. So how you separate the braiding hair, I use, I think, 5 pieces. So the very first piece is super small because you want it to kind of blend in. You don't want a knot to show at all. And then the pieces begin to get larger as you go, just so you can have that density for the braid, however thick you want the braid to be. So y'all make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to this channel if you like this type of content. I do plan on making more of these videos. Comment down below if this is the type of content that you would like to see, or if this is not the type of content you would like to see, leave me a comment and let me know. And this is the finished product. I think it turned out super cute. Comment down below if you like this type of content. Comment if you like this hairstyle. I don't care what you comment, just comment. Like this video, share this video with your friends, engage with your girl. So until next time, bye.